Good morning, class. Happy Tuesday, August 11th. We're going to start a lesson this week on rhetoric, author's rhetoric. We're going to look at logos, pathos, and ethos, see how they are useful for your tape test. First of all, I hope everyone's doing all right. Everyone's safe, healthy. Not got too down with all the stuff going on, so just keep your head up, stay focused. We should be back to center before we know it. So let's go in. It's going to be a short 15-minute video, this PowerPoint, and then I will post the lesson on Google Classroom. All right, here we go. All right. If I can get this to work, right? There we go. All right, logos, ethos, and pathos. All right, what is rhetoric? First of all, rhetoric is persuasion. So I know when we talk about author's purpose, we talk about what's the author's purpose? To describe, to entertain, to persuade, right? So this is one of the reasons an author writes, is to persuade you. So this lesson we're going to look at how he goes about trying to persuade you. All right, so it's kind of a two-parter here. All right, logos, easy, logic, right? It says it right there. Ethos, ethics, and pathos is emotion or passion. Okay. So using these will help you understand persuasion and author's purpose a little bit more. But specifically, we're going to just look at persuasion and how he does this to persuade you. Through language, to be able to change the point of view. All right. When it's like we're looking at commercials, right? We're going to do a lesson later in the week when we look at some commercials and see what he uses, logic, ethics, or passion. Okay. And then through language, we're to motivate others to take action. All right, so let's look at the first one. Let's look at logos. It's an argument based on facts as evidence and reason. Okay, so if I am trying to persuade you that, let's say, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player of all time, which in my opinion he is, I'm going to look at some facts. He's won 6 NBA championships, multiple scoring titles. I know during the coronavirus, I watched that Last Dance. Does anybody else watch that? It's pretty interesting, kind of look at, I was a big Bulls fan growing up, so it was kind of cool to watch that. All right, so we're basing it on facts, evidence, and reason, appealing to the reader's sense of what's logical, what makes sense. Ethos is an argument based on character. Ethics, right? It means the writer or speaker appeals to the audience sense of ethical behavior. The writer or speaker presents him or himself or herself to the audience as credible, trustworthy, honest, and ethical, right? We tend to trust or believe people that we think are ethical, right? That are doing the right thing, that have our best interests in heart. If a criminal, let's say a murderer, tells you not to go murder somebody, it's not a good argument. It's not a good persuasive argument because he's not very ethical when doing that. All right. And then I'm an ethical expert, so believe what I say. And in pathos, argument based on feelings. I'm going to try to persuade you by being emotional. All right, trying to touch you right in the heart, appealing to your emotions and your feelings. All right, this is head, hand, heart, right? Logic, head, ethics, hand, touch somebody, and heart, your feelings, okay? All right, let's look at logos, logic. In Texas, we call this a brain sucker, starving. Okay? What's he appealing to your logic? Ethics. Is that a good persuasive argument? Hand, water. Ethically, we feel something about that picture right there. Pathos is the heart, right? Your emotions, your feelings. All right, here's an example. Know how Ian Aries uses evidence from experiences, her work environment, Delta Airlines, University of Chicago. The evidence establishes the precedent that Aries used to compare to the current situation that she argues should be changed. All right. We don't have single-sex toilets at home, and we don't need them at the office. Then there's always the same question of efficiency. I see my male colleagues waiting in line to use the men's room when the women's toilet is unoccupied, which is precisely why Delta Airlines doesn't label those 2 bathrooms at the back of planes being solely for men and women. It just wouldn't fly. All right, so logically, let's think about this. They're trying to persuade you why Delta Airlines doesn't use same-sex toilets. Because logically, you don't want people standing in toilets, right? Logically, we use men, at home, mom, dad, sisters, brothers, we all use the same toilet, right? So there's just not enough time, and you don't want a line to be established on an airplane, right? So logically, the argument to have unisex bathrooms makes sense based on logic. All right. The University of Chicago just got the 10 single-use restrooms on campus designated gender neutral. It's time Yale followed suit, and this is just not an academic problem. There are tens of thousands of single-use toilets at workplaces and public spaces through the nation that are wrong-headed, designated for single sex. All these single-use toilets should stop discriminating. It should be open to all on a first-come, first-served basis. All right, so another attempt to persuade you using logic. All right, let's look at ethos now, where Nancy Mayers established her credibility and trustworthiness and authority to write about this subject by being honest. She admits she is uncertain about her own motives and shows she understands the discomfort others have with this subject. All right, so let's look at ethics. All right, appealing to your character if you're an honest person. All right. First, a matter of semantics. I am a cripple. I choose this word to name me. I choose from other several possibilities, most common which are handicapped and disabled. I made a choice a number of years ago without thinking, unaware of my motives for doing so. Even now, I'm not sure what these motives are, but I recognize they are complex and not entirely flattering. All right. Ethically, she is handicapped or disabled, but she makes the choice to use that word because she's being honest about it. She's being honest about her situation. So this would be an appeal to ethos or your character. She's trying to persuade you to use that word because she herself is handicapped. All right. People cripple or not wince at the word cripple. I know I do, as they do not at handicap or disabled. Perhaps I want them to wince. I want them to see me as a tough customer, one to whom the facts, goods, gods, viruses have not been kind, but who can face the brutal truth of our existence squarely. As a cripple, I swagger. Okay, so you see how there's that appeal, right? She's using the word because of her own experiences being handicapped. I still kind of struggle using that word, so I'm not going to say it. All right. And then pathos, appeal to the heart. All right. Here's a speech by Winston Churchill. Note the use of anaphoria, repetition of a word or group of words at the beginning of items in a series. All right. As repetition emphasizes the point, expresses passion and emotion. Moreover, the repetition affects the audience emotionally. Really, we're appealing to the heart. We shall not flag or fail. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and the streets. We shall fight in the fields. We shall never surrender. All right. Winston Churchill, for all you who are not familiar with him, he was the Prime Minister of Britain during World War II, right? What's he doing? He's appealing to his people that we need to protect Great Britain. We need to fight. We shall fight. We shall protect our land. We shall keep going. All right. He's appealing to the motion. We're not going to quit. We're going to keep going. Okay. So there's a quick review of logos, ethos, and pathos. All right. Again, logos, logic, facts, evidence, reason. Ethos, argument based on character. He presents himself to the reader as credible, trustworthy, honest, and ethical. He's appealing to that. And pathos based on feelings, based on just emotions. He's appealing to you to do something based on how you feel about something. All right. All right. And that is the PowerPoint. Very short and sweet, to the point. All right. Let's go and do something real quick. Let's get on to iExcel. Get there. All right, iexcel.com. All right, so let's go ahead, and these skills are all going to be under your suggested skills. But if you follow along and you ever get lost, this is another way to just get where you need to go. All right. All right, so reading. All right, so we kind of always fluctuate from A, M, D, and A. So a quick way to do this would be to, we're looking at persuasive strategies, right? So if you click on this, if you look in the upper right hand corner here, you'll see a search 7BP. That is a shortcut to where you need to go. All right, so let's look at some of these advertisements. It's kind of a fun exercise for y'all to go through, and all right. So what's rhetorical appeal is primary use in this? Switching to Team Line car insurance saves customers an average of $300 per year. Character, reason, or emotion. All right. Facts, right? You're gonna save money. All right. Okay. It could be emotion. It's saying primarily. So I think it's reasonable. It makes sense, right? It's applying to your logic, your reason that you can save $300 if you do this. All right. Ashton Bank Credit Union, protecting your money since 1902. Is that emotion, reason, or character? Right? Think about it. They're honest. They're trustworthy. They've been doing this since 1902, over 118 years, right? So you trust them. They're persuading you because you trust their character that they're going to protect your money. All right. How about this one? Serving up good times, Super Tom paper plates. All right. They're saying to you that you can have a good time if you use these paper plates. What is he trying to appeal to? Is it your character? Not so much. Logically, reason, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They're trying to appeal to your emotion. Do you want to have a good time? Yeah, who doesn't? So use these paper plates. Your emotion, okay? See, these aren't too hard. I think you guys can all figure them out. All right, the best in his class for over 50 years. Though this replacement is the best in his class for over 50 years. They're honest, they're trustworthy because they've been doing it for 50 years. They're appealing to your character, not to your reason. Doesn't make sense that they've been doing it for 50 years. They're appealing that they're honest. You believe them to be trustworthy. Okay? Pruvia protein bars keep me going, says Rodney Jones, former professional basketball player. If they keep him going, they must keep me going, right? So you trust this guy. If he's eating them, he must be trustworthy, right? That means I must be trustworthy because you're trusting in the guy that's eating them. Logically, it doesn't make sense. Emotionally, not so much, but you're trusting in the guy to do it. All right. Let's do one more. Last one. Mergestone Bank, free checking with no hidden fees, no charges. We don't believe in hidden fees. All right. So they don't say anything about their character. They don't. Are they saying anything about logically? Does it make sense to use this? Yeah. Or are they appealing to your emotion? There's no hidden fees. What do you think? Could be either or, right? Logically, would you want to use this bank because there's no hidden fees? Yeah, logically because you want to save some money, right? It makes sense to do this. Oh, character? No, that's not correct. There's nothing in their character that says we don't believe in hidden fees. So I do not believe this is the correct answer at all. So we'll leave it at that. All right, we're out of time for this video. Once again, do your lesson today. Watch this video. I'm going to put another YouTube video up. Tomorrow we're going to do IXL. We'll do a Kahoot at some point this week. All right. Meet me on Google Meet. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.